Most people don't lose negotiations because they ask for too much. They lose because they're too scared to ask at all. You think negotiation is some aggressive, high-pressure game where the loudest person wins. It's not. It's a calm conversation where the person who understands value better than the other side walks away with more. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Everything is negotiable. Salary, rent, prices, deadlines, perks, even rules that look fixed. The only difference between people who get better deals and people who don't is simple. They ask. But asking blindly doesn't work. You need leverage. And leverage isn't power, money, or status. It's options. The moment you have alternatives, you stop sounding desperate, and the other side feels it immediately. If you walk into a salary negotiation like you need that job, you've already lost. If you walk in knowing you have other interviews, other offers, or even the willingness to walk away, your tone changes. You speak slower. You don't rush to agree. You don't chase approval. That alone makes people respect your position more. Now here's the part most people get wrong. They think negotiation is about convincing the other side. It's not. It's about making the other side convince themselves. Instead of saying, "I deserve a higher salary," you say, "What's the flexibility on this number?" You don't attack, you invite. You let them explain, justify, and reveal their limits. The more they talk, the more information you get, and information is everything. Silence is your best weapon. Ask for what you want, then shut up. Don't fill the gap. Don't soften it. Don't explain yourself into a worse deal. The person who speaks first after a number's dropped usually loses. Here's a counterintuitive truth. The nicer you are, the better you can negotiate. Not weak nice, controlled, calm, respectful. People expect tension in negotiations. When you remove it, they relax. And relaxed people make concessions they wouldn't make under pressure. Let's say you're negotiating rent. Most people either accept the price or awkwardly try to push it down. Instead, you say, "I like the place. If we could bring the rent down to this number, I'd be ready to sign today." Now you've created a clear win for them, certainty and speed, in exchange for a lower price. You're not begging, you're trading. Same with buying something. Never ask, "Can you do cheaper?" That's weak. Say, "What's the best you can do if I take it today?" Now you've shifted the conversation from a yes or no to a problem they need to solve. Anchoring is another move you need to understand. The first number mentioned sets the tone for everything that follows. If you let them go first, you're reacting. If you go first, you're framing the entire deal. But here's the trick. Your anchor has to sound reasonable, not ridiculous. If it's too extreme, they ignore it. If it's slightly aggressive but believable, they start negotiating around your number instead of theirs. And don't get emotional about rejection. When someone says no, that's not the end. That's the start of the real negotiation. A no just means they need a different reason to say yes. So you respond with curiosity, not pressure. What's holding you back? Or what would make this work for you? Now you're pulling out the real constraints. Maybe it's budget, maybe it's timing, maybe it's approval from someone else. Once you know that, you can adjust your offer. Also, stop negotiating only on price. That's beginner level. If salary won't move, negotiate bonuses, remote days, vacation time, or title. If the price won't drop, negotiate free parking, furniture, or a longer lease at the same rate. If the price won't change, change what's included. You're not trying to win one number. You're building a better overall deal. And here's the mindset shift that changes everything. You're not asking for favors. You're offering value. If you don't believe you're worth more, no technique will save you. But if you know what you bring to the table, negotiation stops feeling like confrontation and starts feeling like alignment. At the end of the day, negotiation isn't about being pushy. It's about being clear, calm, and unwilling to settle for less than what makes sense. If you remember one thing, make it this: the person who's willing to walk away is the one who gets the deal.